In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you a combination exercise, which simply means to put two exercises together to make one. And the two exercises in this example are a dumbbell deadlift with a dumbbell row. So firstly, I want to cover one thing which is really important, and I often see people do these and they're doing it really well, but they're coming too far down. So I often see people with great mobility where, especially people that are a little bit shorter, they're coming down into their deadlift positions, they've got their feet hip width apart, they've got the dumbbells set up to the sides of their body, they're coming down into this position to raise into that first initial deadlift. Now, the problem with this for people that are either taller or lack mobility is that they just cannot keep their back straight at the very bottom of that movement. So let me show you. So let's say I'm in that deadlift position. I come down, I do my row, and now I want to get back to the deadlift position. So for me, keeping a straight back as somebody that's quite tall, I can get to around about there before it's very difficult then for me to then come down into that lowest position, being somebody that's quite tall. So what I would do is, if I was setting this up for a client and they struggled to get down into that low part of the deadlift, if you think about when we do a deadlift with a barbell, it's much higher than the deadlift with a dumbbell because the dumbbell is closer to the floor. So what you might want to do is pop a little platform either side of the body, so when you're putting the dumbbells down, they're maintaining a nice straight back, or you are. So have a little look in the mirror, see which point your form fails. If it doesn't, brilliant, just go to the floor. If it does, try and use a block, maybe a couple of weights on top of each other, anything to make sure that when you bring the dumbbells down, you're going to an appropriate distance for you. So that's really important. Now let's get on to the exercise. So once you come into that feet hip width position, the feet are pointing directly forwards. Bring the dumbbells up. You're going to bring the hips back, so hips to the back of the room. From here, I've got a slight bend in my knee. And once I bring the dumbbells in line with my knees, I'm now going to row up. When I'm rowing, I'm trying to retract my shoulder blades, big squeeze of the shoulder blades. So you can see it front on, like so. And then I would come down into that deadlift position and back up. So, hips to the back of the room, row, straight down, deadlift, hips to the back of the room, row, straight down and back into your next repetition. Again, if you need to use a block or something to raise the position up, so the dumbbells, when they're coming down to the lowest point, you can maintain the integrity of the exercise, please do. Otherwise, you can come to the floor and you can do the whole range. That would be how to do a deadlift with a dumbbell row in one singular movement.